Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode of Monkey Hero Adventures. We're going to pick up right where we left off on the story. Master Hero, you've come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Amric de Bora, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Burrell, cordially invites Master Hero to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord has broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no further case to delay. What say you? Yeah, let's go. Indeed, who would not? You will forgive me if I seem envious. I shall send you word of your acceptance to Burrell Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologium. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. I don't have any glamored stuff. Let's see. Well, first thing we're going to do is... I'm not going to bring our weapons with us. Wear our new coat that we just got. Those will work. Perfect. Now look dapper for our dinner date. Greetings and well met, Master Hero. I have the honor and the privilege to serve as head steward of House Burrell, though admittedly our staff is somewhat smaller than those of the other noble families, being accountable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a man of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now. I am sure, but for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity.
To think the Mughals would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the Horn. I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days. Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Why not join me on the next?
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you. May I ask a personal question? Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Xelphatol?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did he. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Yes.
Is that...
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she is as dedicated as any scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphino, is the Warrior of Light... is he with you? Don't go, there is something I must say. The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Xelphatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his chirurgeons. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Should I turn our attention to a matter whose conclusion you have yet to have the power of it to influence? So the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring back Garuda's summoning. They might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Lothas Nath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, this has been at their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There is much more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alizé risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Monkey, will you accompany me to Xelphatol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? You know I will. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixal homeland, we have a vested interest in this outcome of the ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastmen's intrusions into Korthan land to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Xelphatol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and Ixal dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe if we would be wiser to cross into Xelphatol by the way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure your safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Xelphatol. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmont. In the event Mistress Alizé regains consciousness, we shall share with her any additional information she may share with you. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. I don't need no Fury to kill some birdmen. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. I don't need no supplies neither. I see these two daggers at my side. Yes, I have everything. Cool. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixal warriors, I have been informed that House Fortomp have already dispatched them. The enemy gate lies open. We need but walk through. Well, let's go walk through then. Master Hero, Master Alphano, as you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they are up to something, and don't want any more interfering. We stand ready to escort you to Xelphatol to aid you as you see fit. Given the numbers we are like to encounter, a two-pronged attack may be best. While the knights and I feign a larger attack to draw the Ixal's attention, I suggest you and yours attempt to slip past the defenses and locate the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, you should only have to deal with a few patrols. But if they are not, you may be forced to battle with the warriors of darkness. No problem, man. Now, let's see what it says on the duty finder for Xelphatol. 12 minutes. So one thing I did was I got the payment thing, so I'm actually going to do this dungeon on tank instead of ninja because, well, I don't need the experience and I want a quicker queue. So there you go. And this will also allow us to complete the story a little bit quicker because I won't have to wait for things that I have to wait on queues for. Holy God. Also a healer too, which may even be quicker. Alright, first dungeon as a tank for Monkey Hero instead of a ninja, just to get through quicker. And let's see. Good old Xelphatol.
Thank the gods! What happened? So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumal. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
Should've
While you
taken
were
the helmet
idly
off.
consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Do you think it could be true that to save their world, they must be ruined ours? No, no, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can appraise Lord Edmond of our success, and we the Lord Commander. Most importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, monkey. What news from Xelphatol? So there are birds and Garuda and the Warriors of Darkness. Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for who remained behind, Mistress Shistola has been tending to Mistress Alizé in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come. Let me show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alizé, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Xelphatol, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
I take it your mission was a success.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alizé. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Xelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
To think that the three of us plumbed the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. Shortly after we parted ways, I had heard that she had taken to the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery, precisely where I never learned, though I suspect that was by design. So she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, did she? My apologies for keeping you waiting. Right then, shall we be off? Tataru never ceases to impress, though for a moment, I fear she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12 she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studio when the girl of yours, crept up behind me in the hallway and whispered, Sister, please. She was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? So be it. Another time, perhaps. To be honest, Monkey, I wasn't planning on seeking you out yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint you. I pray you will forgive me if I do. Pleasure to have you with us. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than the last time we met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't, and that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands, then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Alrighty, guys, we are going to leave off right there. We will pick up in the next one right where we left off. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.